Am I the a-hole for refusing to support my wife through her diagnosis after her infidelity? My wife and I had a pretty normal marriage. No kids, both employed and really happy together. For 99% of our relationship, we didn't have any major problems. We made time for each other, so on and so forth. She recently went away with her friend for a girls' trip. The first 2 days after she came back, everything was fine. And on the third, we went to dinner with this friend and her boyfriend. Dinner went well, came home and went to bed. Wife woke me up in the middle of the night crying, saying there was something she had to tell me. Long story short, she had cheated on me the entire trip, and her friend had cheated on her boyfriend as well. Apparently, the dinner together caused her to have an attack of conscience because she messaged my wife after I had fallen asleep, telling her that she was going to come clean to her partner, and my wife had to tell me as well, or she would. We talked, yelled, cried. I spent most of the night sick, told me it was just a horribly stupid decision, and was perfectly happy with me, which honestly makes it worse. Why risk a happy marriage for an affair? It wasn't my fault, the usual. I've been staying at my sister's place while we figure out the divorce. Before this went down, she had been scheduled for tests and scans for what we thought were relatively non-serious health problems. Turns out we were wrong, as I was just contacted last week by her cousin telling me a scan revealed cancer. I got in touch with my wife, and we talked. She proved her diagnosis and filled me in on some details. She was understandably terrified and begged me to come back, to talk to her, hug her, give her a chance, to be there with her. I told her I wished her all the best. I'm very sorry for what she's going through, and know she's strong enough to make it through. But while I'd help financially from a distance, I wasn't physically going back. They, not her, have been harassing me, telling me to man up and go to her. My own friends are split 50-50. I don't want to go back. Before anyone pulls the "this is probably why she cheated" card, no. We had a good marriage. We had a sit-down talk every month to discuss anything wrong. We were solid. She just chose to take a chance on a quick thrill, despite knowing cheating is a 100% deal breaker for me. She never even planned to tell me until her friend forced her. While I certainly don't think anyone deserves this, and I am sorry it happened to her, in my opinion, her diagnosis doesn't change our situation. I feel it'll be harder on both of us with me being there, knowing I won't forgive her when it's over. It feels like prolonging the inevitable, and I feel like my obligation to her ended when she chose to betray our marriage. She has family and friends, so she isn't alone. I care about the woman I thought I married, but I no longer love who she turned out to be, so I feel it'd be unfair to both of us for me to be there. I'm not trying to punish her. My heart just isn't in it anymore. Am I the a-hole? Edit. To the Reddit detectives further down. When I said we talk every month about our problems, it doesn't mean we only talk once a month in strict time slots. We talked as often as needed, but made a point at least once a month to sit with each other and check in, see how we're feeling and so on. Secondly, I mentioned she proved her diagnosis because when I was told I didn't believe it, I figured it was a ploy to get me to come over and talk because she and her family had been trying to get me to reconsider from the moment I left. I also didn't want numerous answers to be filled with that exact same speculation. As far how she cheated the entire trip, the two of them went with the purpose of meeting up with two specific people her friend knew. And I figured this would be easy to figure out, but I guess not. I knew her friend forced her to tell me because I demanded to see their messages after she told me she cheated. I posted here because when some of your own friends are telling you that you're unreasonable, I think it's time for neutral third-party judgment, and I was hoping for valuable insight, which many people provided. Not the a-hole. Two things can be true at once. What she's going through is awful, and your marriage is still over. Her diagnosis doesn't undo the cheating, and keep in mind that she didn't even plan to tell you until her friend forced her hand. You're not obligated to play the role of supportive spouse when she chose to end that role herself. You've been compassionate, you're not abandoning her to nothing, and you're being honest about what you can and can't give. Staying when you know you won't forgive her would just be false hope and more pain for both of you. It's understandable that outsiders are reacting emotionally because cancer triggers a very strong moral reflex. But marriage isn't a universal, unconditional caregiving contract no matter what happens. She broke the foundation of that contract first. So stick to where you are at OP. Comments, you owe her nothing. Leave and don't look back. There's something bent about modern feminism where women somehow think it's now okay to be an asshole man. They probably told each other it was okay to do this because they've known shitty guys that cheat on their trips to Vegas. And so if they do it, it's okay. It's not okay. At best, it shows a lack of respect for the person that was supposed to be their life partner through thick and thin. At worst, she doesn't love you and is too scared to tell you. Give her nothing. She will have support from her friends. You should not give her anything emotionally and begin planning how you want to move on. Everyone sucks here. I'm not here to defend your wife or her actions. She's definitely an asshole. That's been established. But what you're essentially saying is that she only deserves your support when you are an item. If it were an old friend or a family member who had betrayed you in the past, would you be there for them? You have no obligation to help her or help anyone for that matter, but it says a lot about you and your character when people come to you in their time of need. If you're looking for what's right, it's to help people. That's pretty plain and simple. You don't have to get back together with her, but you should help her because that's what good people do. Everyone sucks here, but you're being the bigger asshole. She cheated, yeah, but you have to be a small, petty person to watch her go through cancer alone just because she fucked someone else. You don't have to support her financially or stay with her, but completely turning your back is an awful thing to do. Story 2. I've been with my boyfriend for about 3 years now, and he's everything I should want. He's consistent, generous, emotionally available. He even took me on a birthday holiday that most people would dream about. And yet, here I am, chasing other dicks. At the start of our relationship, I told him I didn't have Snapchat. That wasn't exactly true. I did have it. I just didn't think it mattered because I wasn't using it seriously. A few months in, he saw it on my phone. I panicked, uninstalled it immediately, and we never really talked about it again. I figured that was the end of it. Here's where things get ugly. On that birthday trip, the one he paid for, I woke up to a guy sending me a very provocative photo. It was someone I had been snapping here and there. I wasn't doing it seriously, but there were exchanges of nudes and other mild stuff over the years. I probably should either have cut contact or uninstalled Snapchat again. My boyfriend saw it on my phone before I could even process what was happening. I froze. I didn't get a chance to explain. I didn't get a chance to defend myself. About an hour later, guilt kicked in hard. I told him I'd block the guy and even let him do it himself on my phone to reassure him. At the time, I meant it. Few weeks have passed since then. On the surface, things are fine, but he's pulled away physically, won't initiate intimacy much anymore. And so have I. If I'm being brutally honest, is that something inside me just isn't fully in this relationship anymore. Recently, I found out he went through my phone. I shouldn't be surprised. If the roles were reversed, I probably would have done the same. Now I'm sitting here feeling pulled in two directions. I care about my boyfriend deeply. He's safe. He loves me. He shows up. But I also crave attention, desire, and validation in a way that I don't fully understand. And instead of being honest about that, I keep sneaking around the edges of cheating. I don't know if I'm self-sabotaging. I don't know if I actually want monogamy at all. What I do know is that I'm hurting someone who doesn't deserve it, and I'm terrified of either choice. I just wish he'd walk away at this point, so I don't have to.